Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, I'm Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the Pickpocket, we have the account progress. Of course, we're going to be going over what Michelle and I have been doing this week.
Actually, a bit.
Yeah, some decent progress going on. And then we'll be going over the Group Ironman poll results. Just if anyone wants to get out of the way, it did pass. So if you're going to be hyped about that, then there you go.
You should have made them wait to listen to the whole episode.
No.
We revealed last minute.
No, yeah. So if you wanted to know that, but if stick around, we actually have a lot of good information about that as well.
Oh, yes.
And then next, we are going to be going over the rebalance update for this week. There was an actual update. Who would have thought? And it's actually about the rebalance and poll results from poll 75. That was essentially years ago at this point. But
Truly.
no, it actually took them months to rebalance it.
I remember that was like such a big deal.
Yeah, so I don't know how long it takes to put in numbers for Dragonhide, but we'll talk about that.
A second.
And the last thing we're going to be over is we're going to have a quick Q&A with some questions from Instagram and YouTube as well.
Oh, you know what else we should mention is Deadman Mode's finale.
Oh yeah, we'll probably
forgot to add that because so much other stuff's happened.
Yeah, we'll probably brush over Deadman Mode and how that catastrophe ended up, but
we have some thoughts.
We'll probably include that in the GIM talk about because it's kind of related.
It is related. You'll see shortly.
Yeah, but before we get into any of that, Michelle, how's it going?
Super, super well.
Yeah?
I've done so much this week.
Sick.
Oh my god. So I want to give some shout outs to everyone who watches the stream because with the help of people from the stream, I've done Dagonoth Kings. I did 1 round of Chambers. I did 1 round of TOB.
Was it actual? It was actual TOB?
No, it was
okay.
But we did it all in one go, and whenever we did it for the quest, it was not in one go. So
true. I mean, we didn't have experienced players, and we didn't have scythes, so you guys kind of had an advantage.
We had a couple people coming in like gods, and I was just
there, geared for actual TOB.
Yeah, but anyway, it was really exciting.
Yeah.
I've done lots of new things this week. I got my total level up to 2018, so I got my ranged up to 96. My construction's finally 80, so I'm getting closer and closer to whenever I finally end up getting it to 83. It won't take as long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so since I did Chambers, really, really excited about this. Now I only have 1 more task left in the Karamja Diaries.
Oh, tell them about why you, that's cool, but tell them about why you went to Chambers to begin with.
Oh my god, I got my music cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, so much has happened this week.
Yeah.
So I was just like messing around while doing Slayer, and I clicked the music tab, and I was like, wait, I'm only like 20 away from getting my music cape. I might have mentioned this last week, I don't know. But yeah, I had to go, the 2 that I was waiting on were to do Chambers, and then I had to get Gargoyle task to go to the Grotesque Guardians and unlock a track there. And I was able to get both, so now I have a music cape.
Nice. Did you actually end up fighting the Guardians, or?
No, I was reading about them, and I was like, too much to read. Because I was also watching a show.
I think they're pretty easy, but...
They're probably easy if you're not also trying to follow the plot of a TV show while reading it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't actually fight them. I just went, and once they start, like, attacking you, then you unlock the track, and I was like, goodbye. Same thing I did for Corp and for Nightmare. I was just like, I'm just here to unlock a song.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So got my music cape, but yeah, since I did Chambers, now the only thing stopping me from finishing all of the Kryn Diaries is chopping some redwood logs, which you need 90 for, but I'm just going to get to 85 and get a bunch of spicy stews. So I'm currently at 80 woodcrafting. I call it woodcrafting every single time.
You actually call it woodcrafting pretty often.
I do. So I'm at 80 woodcutting. I almost did it again. But I'm working on getting my lumberjack outfit just to, like, give me faster XP, basically.
Yeah.
And it's something I've wanted to make a video on for a while. So for my video, I'm just doing, like, loot from a bunch of the reward tickets. However many I end up with. I'll have it end on, like, an appropriate number, like 50 or 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
So every time that you go, they give you little reward tickets.
Yeah, and you said you're almost done, right?
I have 2 of the pieces, 2 out of 3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to be working on that later today. If not today, then tomorrow, because as well as recording Bunebape today, I'm also recording my other podcast today because...
Yeah, double trouble.
Yeah, my co-host is going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Kind of jealous. So we have to do that.
Kind of jealous. If only Disney World wasn't in Florida.
Right?
Shout out to everyone that lives in Florida listening to this.
I know.
Respect.
Just tell us if
Someone's
Disney
got to do
World's
it.
cool.
Someone's got to do it.
I wish that we could just fly into Disney World.
I mean, they're so big. They should have their own airport.
They
honestly.
truly should. They're massive. So yeah, I have a lot going on. I'm also got my Slayer up to 90. So that was actually another exciting thing because one of the Corinne things I had was to kill a Hydra. So once I got to 90, I used the Wild Pie to boost and I was able to kill Hydra. And that's
Nice.
why I only have one thing left. Because previously my priority was like finishing Western Province, which was going to take me forever because I had to get to 93 Slayer. But now all of a sudden I'm like nearly done with Corinne. And I'm like, all right, okay, I'll work on woodcutting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you can, if you want, you can try and 2-tick.
I know. I'm not good at counting ticks and stuff, so I'm gonna have Rob like standing behind me being like, click it now, and I'll be like, pew,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, no, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, it'll be a lot less dramatic than that.
No,
but
it's
yeah.
gonna be so dramatic.
It's I recently tried 2-ticking teaks on my alt account, and it's actually pretty easy once you get it set up. It's actually really chill, and you get 3 times as much experience, or actually it's not 3 times, it's double the experience you'd normally get.
Yeah, because before I did the outfit, I was just doing like the Blisterwood tree and
Which is pretty good for
Darkmire.
AFK.
It's like AFK-ish. It's because sometimes it just randomly stops, like, which is nice. For a few minutes, you'll just be hitting it nonstop, and then all of a sudden you'll just hit it once, and your character's like, "I'm done here."
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's like an
annoying. Anti-botting for sure. But yeah, that was pretty chill. But then while I was doing that, I was telling Rob about the experience, and he was like, "Oh, that's too bad. Like, that's a third of what I was getting to ticking." And so I was like, "All right."
No, not what I was getting. It's a third of what you could be getting, because I was really low level
Ooh.
when I was 2-ticking, because you can start it at level 35, but obviously at 99 you're going to get way more XP. So
Do you think at 80 I'd get a lot?
yeah, of course, because like
cool.
at 35 I'm missing a lot. Like I'll hit like 6 or 7 times and I'll only get wood on one of them.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna try this after I am done getting that video ready with the lumberjack outfit.
Yeah. So definitely, because I was using like an adamant axe and stuff like that. So
Oh, cool.
it'll
Okay,
definitely be a lot
so
easier.
how much XP were you getting an hour? Do you remember?
I was getting 70 to 80k at level what I ended at, which was around level 60.
Okay, so this sounds great.
Yeah, and I didn't have a dragon axe or anything. I just had a rune axe at the end.
No guarantees I'm going to be doing that the entire way because really click intensive stuff, like I do get tired of it fast, but I could probably get a significant chunk done with that.
Yeah, 2-ticking is a little bit more click intensive, obviously, than doing it like AFK.
Just a little.
But it's not like very click intensive. Like it's not like thieving or anything like that. Like it's essentially clicking every other tick. So it's just like click, click, click. So obviously it's more than if you just clicked once for AFK, but it's not like you're clicking a lot by any means.
Do you have to keep track of the ticks? Because that's what I can't do.
You kind of, yeah, you do essentially,
God.
but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like super important. And once you get like a rhythm going, it's kind of like brainless, and you'll just like have a better understanding of it after doing it for like 10 minutes. But
Yeah, I was like, now I'm not feeling as good about this idea.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'll try it.
It is really easy, and it gives you like 120 to 150k experience or something like that. So I mean,
I know I'm like 1.1 million to get it.
But yeah, before I distracted you with this 2-ticking, what else have you done this week?
I feel like there's more, but I can't remember right now. So potentially I'll cut in later with some updates.
All right, cool.
But I know you have some big updates. How have you been?
I don't have any big updates.
Oh, you didn't get your first 99?
Okay, yeah, Michelle's way more excited about my first 99 than me.
I know, stop being so lame about it. Get excited.
But either way, so I've just been kind of doing what I was doing last week. I've just been doing a lot of AFK stuff and kind of working on more of like stuff for
Your
the
alt?
Twitch and the YouTube
Oh.
and stuff like that. No,
I was off.
yeah, I mean, I did more stuff on the alt. I got every requirement that I needed. I got the 56 crafting, and I got my agility to 52, which was actually a lot longer of a grind than I thought.
Yeah, if you don't remember, he's making a Firewatch alt to go and get blood
Firewatch
shards.
Sentinel alt. So I need to
Yes.
do Sins of the Father, which does have some higher requirements. and but not too many of
Not
them.
too high
Like
because you already got it.
the highest is woodcutting, which I was talking about. I 2-ticked teaks at 35 until 62, and that didn't take too long. It's
Yeah.
like a few hours. And then now I've just been AFK at Sandcrabs for the last couple days, just getting my combat up. And unfortunately, I forgot that you actually need magic defense armor against Vanstrom Klaus,
Yes.
the like hardest boss that you fight in Sins of the Father, which is actually kind of a difficult fight.
Agreed.
But I did it super overgeared on my main, so this one I had to like do a little bit of research, but I think I didn't. You don't need range. Is my dilemma is you don't need range to do anything with this account if you only plan on using it for Firewatch Sentinels. But
Unfortunately, there's stuff you have to do before we can get to Firewatch Sentinels.
yeah, but the thing is, in order to get the best in slot like magic defense gear, you need to have range, or not, maybe not best in slot, but some good options. Like if you want,
I was like, I don't know about best in slot.
yeah, if you want like Carol's top or bottom, which are really good magic defense, then you need 70 defense and 70 range. But
Jeez.
that would take kind of a long time. So I'm kind of debating still between getting 70 ranged, which I have at 42 right now, because my other option is to do to get my Void Knight armor, which is also relatively high magic defense.
Yeah, but I mean,
but that grind will take some time. So,
but doing Void, you'd be getting combat XP while you're there.
yeah,
so it wouldn't
exactly.
Really it wouldn't be too big of an XP loss. You'd still be training.
Yeah, so between getting either getting Void or getting my ranged up, and also potentially getting the Dragon Defender, I still have a couple grinds left. It's taking a bit longer than I originally anticipated. I thought I would have like legitimately been done in a week, but it's taking obviously a little more than a week now.
I'm not too surprised. I mean, that quest is hard.
Yeah.
So it makes sense you have to level everything up to be able to survive it, really.
Yeah, but either way, so I've gotten to 86 combat on this character.
Really good.
Yeah, which is pretty good. But just a few more things, and then this character will be ready to take over my main's spot at Firewatch Sentinels, so my main can do some other stuff.
Actually, you play the game.
Yeah, I've just been AFKing at Firewatch Sentinels on my main for literally the past entire week, and I've killed over 7,000 Firewatch Sentinels now, and I've gotten, just like, as if anyone's wondering if it's good money, you make, I think I did the math, and you make around 300k an hour AFK here.
AFK, that's really nice though.
Yeah, relatively AFK, and that's before you get any luck with blood shards. And I've gotten really lucky with blood shards. I've gotten one every single day I've been here, technically.
Yeah, you've gotten 7 blood shards.
Yeah, so I've gotten 7 blood shards in 7 days, which is, and that's in 7,500 KC here, which is way higher of a drop rate, or way lower of a drop rate than.
No, you're getting really lucky with it.
Yeah, it's a really good drop rate. Usually you're supposed to get 1 in 1,500 kills, and I'm getting 1 in 1,000 kills currently, which is
significant.
Yeah, way faster than normal. But I have talked to other people that are camping here, and they've gone like 2,000 KC plus dry.
Oof.
Yeah, so it can be, I guess, hit or miss, but for me, it's definitely a hit right now.
So you've done 7,500. And you've made 69 million total.
Yeah, just like
for
AFK.
reference for anyone, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, so I've just been pretty much entirely like AFK. Obviously, it's not like I'm not looking at the screen AFK. I'm still picking up, because they do have some
low effort,
valuable high alks and stuff like that. So it is definitely low effort though.
But you've gotten nearly 10,000 blood runes.
Yeah,
blood shards.
Nearly
Can you
10,000
imagine?
blood runes. Yeah, so
they're dropping several blood shards at a time now.
Yeah.
If
so
only.
if only. No, because then they would be worthless. But and also, so while I was here, I actually got my first 99 that Michelle is really excited about. I got 99 hit points.
You should be more excited. You got your first 99.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
I'm not even like, I don't even have the cape or anything like that yet. I'll probably get it eventually.
He was like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna get it," and I'm like, "Don't be annoying."
Yeah, but so I got my first 99, which was hit points. That was yesterday, and then I will either be extremely close today, or I'll actually get it today. If not, then I'll just get it early tomorrow, but I'll have 99 strength as well.
Woo!
And
okay,
then,
do you think that's a big deal?
It's nice, because then obviously you know that you're always going to be hitting for max.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to like think about if you were max, you'd be hitting better. But it'll definitely be nice. I'm not like super excited. I don't know. none of the 99s really excite me too much.
I don't think it's like the capes have to be exciting thing. I think it's just an accomplishment.
Yeah, I
Like
think
you've been working
honestly
on this for so long, and
one of
look.
the like I only really have like two 99s that I'll be really looking forward to, and that's going to be construction and crafting, just because they're actually really useful capes. But besides that, I'm like not super excited about any of them.
It doesn't matter the usefulness of the cape.
Well, I guess also
It's
max
just
cape.
fun.
Yeah. And yeah, so I got that. That's pretty nice. I'll have two 99s before Michelle, so that's kind of funny.
I know. I'm not even close to getting 99 anything. My closest right now is my hit points are 97. And I was like, I don't think I could get that up before your strength is up.
Yeah. And by no means is killing Firewatch Sentinels fast experience. For example, to get from 98 to 99 strength, it would take me roughly 32 hours of AFKing at Firewatch Sentinels.
That's just how long he's been here.
Yeah.
How much more experience do you need to level it up?
300k.
So maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. It depends.
You should stream it.
No.
Why? You could.
Because I'm making more YouTube videos, which I was about to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as far as YouTube videos, we have been getting more, or I've kind of like decided to focus more on hopefully putting out more YouTube videos, because I kind of think I say every week that I'm going to do that and then don't actually do it.
You just get too distracted by streaming.
Yeah, so now I've kind of taken a back seat in the streaming department, and so like Michelle is streaming more and I'm going to be working on YouTube videos more. So I already have one done that I finished yesterday, which is funny enough. It was like kind of like one of those like those high school memes where you get all your work done and then the program freezes. That's literally
brutal.
exactly what happened to me yesterday, and Adobe Premiere just froze, and I forgot to save the entire thing and just deleted like 2 hours of work.
It was the worst Target trip ever after. You were not happy.
Yeah, it was not a good day.
Couldn't even enjoy the Halloween aisles.
Yeah, the Halloween aisles were really bad.
Sad.
Yeah, they were really sad, and there was also Christmas decorations out already.
There was 2 Christmas wreaths, and we're like, just in case.
Yeah, that's really weird.
It was so weird.
I don't know who celebrates Christmas this early.
I know. Everyone celebrates on November 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
But either way, so I already have a video finished that should actually be out today, the day that we're recording.
Ooh, so yesterday.
Yeah, it should already be out for you. And this will be coming out on Thursday like normal. And so hopefully we'll have more actual videos, because I noticed a lot more people have been watching on YouTube recently. So thanks for everyone that have been enjoying this.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to you. And again, as always, if you have any questions or anything you think we should be talking about on the stream, let us know in the comments below, and we'll be sure to respond.
If you even just want us to give you a shout out, let us know.
Yeah, we don't mind shouting out people at the end of the stream or something or at the end of the podcast or something like that.
So I did want to clarify, you are still going to be streaming sometimes, though.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I will be streaming and you will be streaming, except you.
It's gonna be me most days and you just a few days a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We haven't even, I'm like genuinely asking, not even for you all like listening. Like I haven't really asked.
Yeah, just because I mean, obviously we've been neglecting YouTube a lot.
What?
And so Michelle doesn't really know how to edit videos or anything like that. So
I've
I
offered to learn.
Yeah, it does take quite a while to learn. I've learned over the years, just no one taught me. So I kind of had to learn the hard way, but I don't want to spend the time to teach her. So
yeah, and this is such a bad thing for me. I get so frustrated whenever I'm learning stuff if I don't understand immediately. So if he doesn't teach me, I ain't learning.
Yeah. So essentially what it comes down to is I'm going to be editing more videos. So I'm going to be streaming less, which is fine because Michelle's been having a really good time streaming. So
it's been a lot of fun recently.
Yeah, we've had a lot of thanks for anyone that does come to the stream and also listens to the podcast.
Which we had a couple people this week and we're like,
yeah, it's really nice. We've been having more people regularly come by the stream and also regularly watch the podcast as well as just our channel in general. So thanks for all of that support.
And I would like to apologize for everyone who comes to the stream thinking it's going to be similar to the podcast and being shocked by the content of what people are saying in the stream.
No, it's really
alfresco ruining it.
Yeah, it's really off the handle, just off the cuff kind of like.
I can't help what other people say.
Yeah. We have a generally good idea of what we're doing here, but not really on the stream.
Yeah, we're like PG on here, and then stuff that people be saying on the stream is just crazy. Because there's a couple people actually that showed up last week and they're like, oh, I love your guys' podcast. And then they did end up following. And I was like, ooh, we lost them.
Dang, rest in peace.
They're two very different things, truly.
Well, yeah, it's just way different. Like prepared and like recorded content versus like live
Me falling
interactions.
asleep on stream, the things people talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do want to see us live, go to twitch.tv/Bunebape. Come check it out.
Yeah, shout out to Coleman and Alfresco. They gave us a bunch of gifted subs yesterday, so now we can
Yeah.
finally get our last emote.
Oh my gosh.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we thought we could unlock a bunch of emotes, but turns out you have to be a Twitch
You have to be
partner.
partner, yeah, to get more than 6 emotes or more than 5 emotes. So
Yeah, and partner means that you have to have an average of 75 viewers a stream, so that might take a couple more days.
yeah, at least maybe a day or two.
Yeah, we're averaging at like 6 right now, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It took us so long to average at 3, so I'm actually super excited that we've been averaging at 6 this week.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's been a really good week.
Either way, I think we've been carrying on with this for too long, so
We've had a very exciting week.
we're going to be
everyone.
rolling into Group Iron Man because there's a lot to talk about there as well.
Oh my gosh. Should we talk about the Deadman finale too?
Yeah, you
leading
can't
up?
really talk about this Iron Man poll without
Give
talking
us some
about
context,
Deadman.
Yeah.
So for anyone that hasn't really been paying attention to Deadman mode in general, that's totally fine. But there was the finale that happened over the weekend. I think it was on Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday because your
Yeah.
birthday was on Saturday.
Yeah, pretty sure it was on Friday, and we actually did watch it. It was pretty entertaining. I think
It
that
was pretty good.
Mod Aiza, as well as sorry, I forget the other person's name. Rest in peace, because I know they're a content creator. But they were both actually, I think, did really good as far
The
as
girl with the red hair?
no, the other guy that was casting it.
Oh, he was also a content creator? I thought he worked for Jagex.
No, he was a content creator, and then Mod
Oh.
Aiza, of course, works for Jagex. But they were both casting it, and I think they did a really good job.
They did.
Especially with the hands that they were dealt. They couldn't really do much about the technical difficulties that they were having.
What
but-
technical difficulties? Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the lag?
Yeah, but it quickly went sideways and actually was a really bad experience overall. And I think pretty
It was
much
towards the end. In the beginning, it seemed nice.
in the beginning, it was actually kind of bad too. People were
So I just
saying
didn't
that
notice.
they were having lag the entire time, and it just got unplayable towards the end.
So it's just that the footage they were showing were people who weren't really having as much lag.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, they were. I mean, even in the final, they were having a lot of lag, and it was rough because the commentators were doing their best job, but obviously they couldn't commentate on it without talking about how laggy it was, because it was
brutal.
especially if you were looking at it from one of the actual participants' side. There was just like inputs not going through for several seconds, so it was literally unplayable.
Like we saw clips of like streamers who would click a button, put up their hands, and then it would just pause, and then their character would move.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
was.
ooh.
Yeah, and in this game, obviously ticks matter, which are 0.6 seconds long. So if you are not having your inputs go in for several seconds,
That's like a million ticks.
it's it's just literally unplayable, and it was really unfortunate because I mean, luckily the two people at the end were kind of undeniably the best players, anyways.
And apparently they were friends.
And
so
they were kind of friends.
They were like waiting out the lag.
Yeah, they were trying to wait out the lag, but the thing is, they were having a denial of service or a DDoS attack on the Jagex servers,
Uh-huh.
and obviously there was nothing that they could do about that except for have like taken measures preemptively, which of course they didn't. Or if
little,
they
too late.
did, then it
Not
was
enough.
clearly not enough. And so overall, the entire experience, I think, for everyone was awful, except I guess like the viewers that had no stake in it or didn't really care. Because I mean, some of the fights were.
I didn't really care. I just thought it was entertaining. I thought it was
Yeah.
like uncomfortable to watch. It was kind of cringy whenever it was glitching.
It was
being
lagging and
laggy.
stuff like that. Yeah, because it's like, all right. And also, it was like unfortunate because you would see people like manked and like just really good PKers just
Mhm.
die because they had nothing they could do. And
I
Yeah,
like
it's
that
really
some
unfortunate.
people seem to be like more respectful of each other that the lag was happening, and they'd be like waiting it out. You know, I
Yeah,
thought
that
that
was
was
kinda
cool
cool.
because they wanted a fair fight.
I-
Because it's really easy to just be like, "Oh my god, they're frozen. I'm gonna kill them." But it's
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, that did
not
happen
as
to a
exciting.
lot of people. And it's
oh
like,
yes,
also, I didn't think the format was the best. I think there's a million ways to improve the system. And this, I don't think, is the first time this has happened in Deadman. So I don't know why they haven't improved the system. But I thought it was kind of.
maybe they did and it just wasn't enough.
I thought it was kind of cool but lame. Like the commentators were commentating on what they had at hand, but it's like there was 2,000
Yo.
participants, and I think we saw 10 of them over the entire few hours it was
Yes.
going on.
It was
So
it was so cringy at the end during the last two because they were like getting all excited. They're like, "Oh my god!" And we'll see how much this hits. This might be a knockout once it registers.
yeah,
And then we're all just sitting there waiting because it's frozen. And it was like, "Oh, this is so brutal."
yeah, it was unfortunate, but either way, the reason we talked about that is because after it went down, there was obviously a ton of backlash, like towards Jagex and everyone involved,
Which I don't
just
know if a lot
because.
of it was fair.
I mean, a lot of it wasn't fair because I mean, obviously there was an attack, so there's
I don't
only so
know.
much you could do.
And like taking it out on mods, it's like, what would they have done?
Yeah, there was no reason to do that, of course, as always. And so what happened was a lot of people, like I know that Odablock, which is a known PvPer, told everyone in their stream, which had I think a spike of like 50,000 viewers or something
Oh,
like that, to go spite vote no on the group Iron Man poll that we're talking about now.
why did they even want to do that?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
PvP froze, so they wanted to take out an Iron Man.
I think they wanted to like get one in on over Jagex because they felt like they were cheated by Jagex. But either way,
But it wasn't like punishing Jag. This is punishing everyone who plays the game.
yeah, quite a few PvP streamers were spite voting and telling
Yeah.
their followers to spite vote and stuff like that. And telling their followers to spite vote and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which obviously is just like not cool because it's affecting people that had not only does it not affect Jagex at all, it affects people that weren't involved in the PvP scene at all, which I think is most Iron Men. So
I think it reminds me a lot of like in school, in elementary school, like you do something wrong and they'd be like, the entire class is punished now. It's like, what? I wasn't even involved in this thing.
yeah, something like that.
Same vibes as that.
Yeah, punishing a group that literally wasn't involved at all is like, or an attempt to, because like I said earlier, their attempts were for not. The poll still went through. It was an 80% overwhelming success for the poll. So Group Ironman will be happening the same
Yay.
release date that they said previously. So October 6th, you and all your friends can come and play Group Ironman. But that was the drama if anyone missed it.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of PvPers were upset. And
took it out on Iron Man.
it's funny because I saw a post on Reddit today where they're like, all right, cool, thanks. So Ditter Bitter and Odablock, I guess, like told their people to mass spite vote. And so now they're saying that it's probably going to happen that all the PVMers are going to spite vote PvP updates because PvP updates never pass anyways. And so I don't know if that'll happen, but I do think it would be funny if like it was just like a reverse, just everyone spite voting the opposite of what they want.
Can we all just stop spite voting around here?
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like worth it, and it's not good for the community. So
wait, it's not good for the community?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I looked that up today.
I thought one really interesting thing that whenever they release the Group Iron Man poll summary blog, they actually have like little graphs showing like how the votes were going. And the day of the Deadman finale, there was a spike of no's that was more significant than yeses.
Yeah, it's nice that they did that because I think that's like kind of their way of identifying and like addressing that spite voting was a thing and that
people could otherwise claim that they're just like lying and change the results or something potentially.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's funny because like this is the largest poll that people have participated in ever of all time in OSRS history.
Wow, 141,510 people voted.
Yeah, like it wasn't even close. Like this was higher than any other ever. And it was funny because spite voting, that would have been a fairly effective strategy if this wasn't the largest poll of all time because it was a few thousand votes that were no's on the day that Deadman ended. And I think in a lot of other polls that would have mattered, but in this one it was only roughly 2 to 3%.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were concerned that wasn't going to pass. I know that you were convinced that it wasn't going to pass.
I didn't think it was going to pass because, just because there's so many like PvPers that were upset. But
I think it was a little bit like, people say online could be like an echo chamber where you think everyone's thinking the same thing just because they're agreeing with you. I think that's a little how the PvP looked, where we're like, everyone's voting no, but it was actually just a few people
Yeah.
talking so much about how they're voting no that it seemed like a lot.
Yeah, it's I mean, overall it's good that it seemed to most people didn't care
I'm sure a
about.
lot of those people who wanted to spike vote no had like already voted.
Yeah. So either way, we can go through the poll blog, and like Michelle said, over 141,000 people
So
voted,
cool.
and they do have quite a few questions here that they go over that I think a lot of
Oh
the community
yeah.
go over and are really wondering why. And they kind of, it's really nice that
Wait, I was
they,
so happy that they did this.
yeah, right. They do address a lot of these things that people were asking because this was a very weird poll.
We were asking like all of these questions last week in the podcast. So
Yeah.
it made me feel a lot better that they answered it.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people had these questions. It wasn't just us, of course.
Oh
And
no.
so the first one is, why do they even poll this game mode? And it's
Yeah.
because it directly impacts the main game, of course. It's not, I don't think anyone really had a question why they were polling it.
I thought
I
that
think
it
it
was
was
kind of
mostly,
unnecessary.
yeah, but I mean, I think it was mostly why they pulled it at the time that they pulled it. And they addressed that
Well,
as
they
well.
they addressed that too, yeah.
Yeah. And they also address why things such as Deadman or leagues aren't pulled is because that doesn't really affect the main game except for the league rewards, of course.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were wondering like, why pull this but not pull those?
Yeah,
So it's cool we got an
exactly.
answer.
And so they did say that, of course, Iron Man, Ultimate, and Hardcore were all pulled and all passed respectively. So there was a precedent to follow.
Yeah.
And I think most of that makes sense. I think mainly people were wondering why they decided to pull it so late. And I think that's like one of the main things, which they do end up going over.
Yes.
But as far as the next thing they say, they talk about why the poll questions include the phrase such as described in the blog. This is, they say it's for two reasons. First is to guide the players to the blog so that they know what they're getting into. And it's generally standard in all poll questions. So you can
Yeah,
check
it's
out
in
the
like
other polls.
everything.
Yeah, I don't really think the wording mattered too much.
Mm-mm.
And
Apparently
they,
some people were wondering.
yeah, exactly. And it said, why did you pull it so close to the proposed release date and so far into development? I think this is one of the main questions.
They literally started the answer with, this isn't something we'll be repeating again.
Yeah, which is funny because this is a repeat of something they've done before. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, they say that, and obviously that's ideal, but I mean, I'll see this in the future. So, I don't know. We'll see. But they said they won't be repeating this again. And the truth is that a lot of the underhood work had already begun a long time ago for things such as clans. Of course, they told us that they were waiting on that months and months ago. The last element of the content design they were finalizing was only recently, and so the blog came out later than they would have liked. And in hindsight, they would have pulled the group Iron Man in blocks, such as the general concept, and then going into things such as storage and grouping a prestige at a later date.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, I mean, they announced this 3 years ago, I think, and so they could have polled whether people even wanted this 2 years ago, for example.
It seems like they just started trying it out just to see what it was like and got way too into it way too fast.
Yeah, because, I mean, they shouldn't have had it pretty much done by the time it was pulled, because that would have been a huge waste of man hours, which
Yeah.
it could have been if this
They got lucky.
the whole Deadman fiasco ended up the way it didn't.
Yeah. The next question I think is like the one that I also was thinking about. It's, were you going to add Group Iron Man if it didn't pass the poll? They said no, we would have respected the poll. As with many other polls which fail, we would have reviewed the result, the feedback, and would have considered revisiting the design with potential to repoll. And I kind of thought that they might have just added it, honestly.
No, I don't
Or
think
repoll.
so. Yeah, I think because they kind of, it was like a foot gun, like they can't have polled it and then like done whatever they wanted regardless of the poll. I think once it's being polled, they have to respect the poll.
Yeah, true.
Like with
Otherwise, there's
the,
going to be so much backlash.
yeah, with the equipment rebalance, they never even attempted a poll, so it's like,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
so yeah, it's just a little bit different. But it's nice because they actually do show some graphs. So it shows the cumulative voting percentage, the percentage over time. And it's funny because they actually show that on one of the graphs, it shows the hourly votes. And on the day that Deadman ended, there was actually a large spike in no's for the only time that no's took over yeses in this poll was during the Deadman finale. So,
but it still wasn't enough because the first day that the poll came out, there was nearly 8,000 votes for yes.
yeah. So it was very obviously overwhelmingly yes, and they even say that it was roughly 85% yes until the Deadman issues, and then it went down to 80%, which is where it ended up.
Yeah.
And so obviously it was quite a big impact on the votes, but not nearly enough because so many people wanted Group Iron. I think it's obviously one of the most anticipated things, which is why it had so many players voting for it.
You know, I think that also people starting the whole spite vote thing made everyone afraid, and everyone who probably didn't think that they were going to go vote yes because it would pass anyway, go and like actually vote and vote yes.
Yeah,
So it
potentially
probably actually
worked against
yeah,
them.
it worked against
I mean,
them.
I
I'm
don't think
sure.
they would have been successful either way, but yeah,
Oh
probably.
no, for sure. But I think it might have been slightly closer.
Yeah. And so I guess we can move on now to the rebalance update.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, it's kind of funny that this has been on the back burner for quite a few months now. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, they said they were going to do this after Deadman, which is cool, but I don't know why it takes so long to just input some numbers.
Didn't we weren't we talking about this literally our first episode back in like January?
I don't know, maybe.
How is this still going on?
But yeah, if anyone has been wondering what's going on with the Dragonhide armor and the Din's Bulwark, well, today you were acknowledged because they actually went through with all the changes that they had proposed previously.
I thought that they already did it.
No, yeah. They do say that there are a bunch of wilderness changes that are going through a technical rework that is now in QA. So that's pretty cool. They're working on more wilderness stuff right now, which is good to know. And that they're pushing the remaining stuff in Pole 75, which is the Dragonhide armor and stuff like that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are more wilderness stuff coming up, but I think they said the wilderness stuff was supposed to be done last year before summer or something like that. So it's kind of been like a long time.
Just a little.
Yeah, but either way, they did get done with the Pole 75 changes, and that should be in the game now, but that is the Dragonhide armor changes. So essentially nerfing the defense values for all Dragonhide armor. Of course, in the description below, you can check out the links that'll take you to
YouTube.
If you're on YouTube for the full link to all of the notes. So if you want to see exactly how much they were nerfed by, then you can check out the full values there. But they are significant defense changes. No offense changes on any of the Dragonhide armor.
Something.
Just trying. Their main goal was to bring the defenses in line with
the price.
Well, not just the price, but also that the defense was actually pretty good against like melee as well as ranged as well as magic. So
it is so good.
Yeah, overall they're making it so it's in line with that. That's their goal. I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out, but it was a significant nerf, so I checked that out.
Yeah. But the God D'hide at least didn't change.
Yeah, the God D'hide did not change. So if you
Which
have
makes sense, it's so expensive.
Exactly. If you have like a full set of Ceradomin or something like that, then you are practically unaffected by this.
Yeah.
So they also did make it so that God D'hide chaps have had their defense requirement removed.
Oh.
So it goes from 40 to 1 defense requirement, which is pretty nice.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah, but it is cool for anyone that is pure or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't even think about that.
So the next item is going to be the Din's Bulwark. So this is the two-handed shield. For anyone that doesn't know, it comes from Chambers of Xeric, and it is significantly nerfed in the defense area for whatever reason. Obviously, this is a two-handed shield.
Really significantly.
So yeah, you'd wonder why they nerfed it that way, but either way, regardless of their reasoning, it has been nerfed significantly in the defense area.
It is done.
But it has also had a significant increase or buff in its actual damage potential.
Well, that's
so
good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a shield, so I'd want it more for defense.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give you all a full breakdown of how the damage is calculated. Like I said, you can go check out the full notes if you want to see what that is.
Kind of be a lot.
Yeah, but essentially it makes it so that the more defense you have, the more damage you will deal. And by this, they actually show a example. If you have the full best in slot defensive gear providing 498 average defense bonus, that's including super strength potions and piety, then you'll have a max hit of 46.
Okay.
Which is significantly better than the previous max hit of 32.
Wow.
Yeah, so it actually is a big improvement, but like most people say, this is a shield, so
it's kind of weird that they raised the attack and lowered the defense on a shield.
Yeah, so pretty weird, but again, we'll have to see how it goes. But there is quite a large nerf on the Zerican robes. These are the lettuce robes because obviously they were extremely inexpensive and very good for magic. And so if you're in the wilderness, obviously that matters. And so they actually nerfed it by I think like 10 total magic offense. So it's actually quite
That's
a
kinda rude.
huge, yeah, quite a huge decrease. And they tried to offset that though by increasing the amount of magic offense you get from elemental staffs. So if you have the requirements to wield a mystic or a battle staff, then you are going to get a little bit of a bump in the magic department there.
Well, that's nice.
So
at
that's kind of
least.
nice. Yeah, they said specifically it's to hopefully provide a better bonus if you do plan on using the Zerican robes to offset the nerf a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
One more wilderness change that they are doing is going to be the middle entrance for the Revenant Caves is now a one-way cavern. So
Oh.
essentially, it's like literally a pit. And so once you jump in, obviously there's no way to get out. So they want this to make it so just it's you have to use the north or the south entrance now. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to run away. And I think that just will encourage PvP in the Revenant Caves, which is kind of the entire point.
Yeah. Also, I went to the Revenant Caves for the first time for my music cape, and it was scary.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But the ghosts are so pretty, or the Revenants, rather.
Yeah.
You also skipped something that you're probably not excited about, but I am really excited about as someone who does hard clue scrolls in the wilderness a lot.
Okay.
All versions of the wilderness sword will now slash webs while in your inventory.
That's cool.
Do you know how many times I forget to wield it and I just waste time clicking the web over and over and then I'm like, oh, wait.
Oh, I didn't know you had to equip it. I don't have
You
one.
do.
So.
Yeah, you have to wear it.
Oh, that's cool.
Wear it sounds weird. You have to equip it.
Yeah. But either way, that's pretty much about it. Just a few of the changes. The main ones, of course, being the Dragonhide and the Dins. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There were some other smaller updates, but nothing really of note. And they are bringing out pre-orders for their Christmas merch. So
it's so cute.
It's a green dragon sweater, ugly sweater.
I actually love this.
Yeah, if you want to get your hands on it, you can pre-order it now. And it's part of their 20th anniversary Dragon Slayer release. So
should have a Bunebape Christmas party on stream.
Yeah, exactly.
You also skipped something that I wanted to mention again that I am again excited about because Clue Scrolls. If your light source is inextinguishable, you'll no longer get the extinguish warning when entering a dark area.
Oh, that's cool.
That actually stresses me out so much because I'm always getting that message and I'm like, wait, I thought that this couldn't extinguish.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm excited about a lot of these things that you're like, they don't matter. And I'm like, no, this is significant to me.
No, I don't really even think about them, really.
Yeah, it's stuff that I use for like Clue Scrolls and whatnot.
Yeah. But either way, that's going to be about it for the notes. Like I said, all the notes as well as the blog for Group Ironman is going to be down in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. So you can head over there, or you can just go to OSRS News and go to their official website.
Yeah.
But either way, so now that's all out of the way, we can get to the Q&A that we actually have a few from actual people we know, not just Reddit this time around. The first one is going to be from Mandy over on YouTube, of course. They have been a long-time listener, so shout out to Mandy. And
shout out. You have been consistently here. We're finally getting the Mage Arena 2 video out. That's the one that's done.
Yeah, that's the one that's done.
That you requested like 17 years ago.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming back and still enjoying the podcast.
And not stopping listening because we're taking so long to make the video.
But Mandy's question, you want to read it?
Yeah. Not sure if you guys have discussed it, but how did you get the name Bunebape? I know it's a play on RuneScape, but how did it originate? Which I'm glad they added the second part because otherwise I just say, oh, it rhymes with RuneScape.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a long question or kind of a long answer, but
that we didn't want to type because it would just look ridiculous.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go over it now because we actually do get this question quite often,
like every few
whether
weeks.
It's on stream or on YouTube or just wherever.
I think people have thought it was our name before.
Yeah, we get it actually really often, and a lot of people, if they just read it without us saying it, actually say it incorrectly and stuff like that. But yeah, it's quite simply replacing, like Mandy said, RuneScape, like the R and the S with a B, so it's just Bunebape. And so that's as simple as it gets. But the reason that we actually went with that is because I don't know if you can call it weird or like goofy or whatever.
We're not like other girls.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, the main, I think I like kind of originated it, and I've always done this with just things in my life where I'll just take the name of whatever it is and make it as ridiculous as possible. But
Like we don't go Chipotle for dinner. We go to Babotle.
yeah, like we'll say Babotle or Papotle, or if we are talking about RuneScape, we'll say like Schoonscape or something like
Yeah,
that.
so Bunebape just mostly became a thing because I'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna play RuneScape," and he'd say Bunebape, and then I'd say Schoonscape, and
Yeah.
we just keep doing it back and forth. And Bunebape was the one that we said the
Yeah, like the reason we started the podcast is because I would always ask her like what she did on RuneScape today and stuff like that. But I would always say, "What'd you do on Bunebape?" And
and then I'd
whenever,
answer with another rhyme.
yeah, and then whenever she brought it up, the idea of coming up with a podcast, we said, why not just name it that? Because I mean,
That's the
one,
name of the game.
the name was available. Two, it's I don't know, pretty
It's a
identifiable, I
classic
guess.
classic rhyme. It's actually weirdly not identifiable. People don't catch
Yeah,
on until you
weirdly
tell
not
them.
identifiable. People do not get the rhyming situation.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best rhyme to be fair because
No,
we take
for
away
sure.
the C in scape.
Yeah, exactly. So
But
that's
it's really just because whenever we're talking to each other all day, all we do is just make up rhymes. We did it a lot yesterday going to Target and we were like, Barget.
yeah. It's literally just anything if you can change the first letter of it to still like vaguely resemble what the original
not
thing
even
is.
not even like by a lot. It's just very vaguely.
Yeah,
Our
like
standards are low for these rhymes.
yeah, and it'll be anything and for no reason at all. Michelle
Yeah.
asked if I want some chocolate and I'll say boklet for literally no reason.
And I'll say Locklet.
Not even to be funny, just because that's like some stupid stuff that we do.
It's like it sounds so lame, but this is truly just how we talk to each other all day.
Yeah.
Which is
it's-
kind of embarrassing to say out loud, but you know, I was gonna blame the pandemic, but I think we did this before.
No, I've done this.
I think we did this like
always.
even at work
Yeah.
with our coworkers, and they'd rhyme too.
Yeah, I would always do this. And yeah, it's funny, like it actually wears off on people and they'll like
It
copy
does.
us. It's really weird.
It's actually catching on. Everyone's rhyming now.
Yeah. But either way, as weird as it is, that's actually the reason that we came up with Bunebape.
yeah, literally nothing
because-
clever. We just talk like that.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to answer this in the podcast rather than typing because I didn't want to type Schoonscape and Loonlape and Babotle and
Yeah, I don't think it would and it would be a lot of typing because it's just like
Made
a
up
really weird
words.
story.
yeah, it's just weird. We just talk weird to each other.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Let us know if that's how you thought we invented the name.
I think we probably talk like that on stream too.
Yeah.
Not to people as much, but if we talk to each other, they could probably hear us.
Yeah, like
sounding
how
dumb.
like some relationships have like pet names, we just have really stupid things we say.
we just rhyme a lot.
Yeah.
Really bad rhymes.
Yeah, exactly. But that's gonna be it for that question. But we
Yeah.
have another question over from Matt over on Instagram, right?
Yeah, so Matt said, what OSRS quest would make the best high production Hollywood movie? And originally I was like, wait, this sounds like a question we've answered before. But they actually have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
That'll make it seem different. So I already know what you think.
Yeah, I told her yesterday. Oh, it's gonna be Dragon Slayer 2.
He was just sitting there and I was like, speak.
Yeah, it's actually going to be Dragon Slayer 2, which was my same answer for the other question that was similar, which is if you had to make a quest a movie, what would it be? And so I think a high budget film for Dragon Slayer 2 would be sick because I just imagine like the undead wyvern from World of Warcraft
Yeah.
swooping down, being Vorkath, and spitting like multiple kinds of fire that is like, you know, cascading and like pretty much Rain of Fire the movie. So I think that'd be really cool. And also like fighting on like an actual ship, Pirates of the Caribbean style, but there's dragons on it. Like I don't know how much cooler it can get.
No, I originally I didn't want to say Dragon Slayer 2 because I didn't want to copy you, but I was kind of thinking like Sins of the Father would be sick, but then you started talking about the undead dragons and stuff, and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
that would be a great big budget movie.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, go look up the like intro cinematic for Wrath of the Lich King World of Warcraft, and there's like a giant undead wyvern. Sindragosa is really famous, but yeah, that's literally what I imagine it being because even though World of Warcraft now is in shambles, back in the day they had, you know, some of the best cinematics in all of gaming.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good standard for like a AAA movie or something like that.
Oh, for sure.
And then the rest of the question.
Yeah, the second question was, which would make the best low budget direct to DVD B movie?
Yeah, and actually I think I had a really good one for this.
Okay,
too.
yeah, explain yours.
The one that I thought would be really good for this would be Murder Mystery because that's like pretty much every
That's
scary
Every
movie
scary
ever.
movie. Oh my god, I would pay to see that right now.
Yeah, so that would be definitely like at 500K, like you and your buddies got together and were like, all right, this is going to be the next big thing. And you end up making like literally Scream or something.
Scream scares me.
Yeah.
Just so you all know, if I see people wearing that mask, it actually terrifies me.
Yeah.
My answer, cliche, it's been done, but I said Romeo and Juliet.
That's actually a really good question because that reminds me of Princess Bride. I don't think you've ever seen it.
I've seen Princess Bride.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is one of the best movies ever.
So good answer, you mean, not good question.
No, yeah, sorry. Good answer.
Thanks.
I think that was a really good answer because that reminds me of that movie, and that movie is like pretty much a cult classic at this point.
Oh, yeah. And I also think that this version of Romeo and Juliet would be hilarious because doesn't he like go and try to get with Juliet's cousin?
At the
end of it?
For the quest?
Yeah, for the quest. So
yeah.
I feel like that would be even better for a movie.
Yeah, it'd be like a rom-com, but like medieval style.
But also he's just like not that good of a person.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be pretty funny.
Oh, I would love it. My second choice though, because I was scrolling through the list, I would love to see troll romance because I'm imagining it like the worst trolls ever. Like they just have puppets. And not even like good quality puppets, or perhaps like really, really bad CGI. Like, you know how the troll looks in like the first Harry Potter movie?
Oh, yeah.
Just like a bunch of those running around. I think that'd be hilarious.
That'd be actually really funny.
Yeah, but those are my answers.
Yeah. Also, this is kind of late into the episode, but if anyone hears like random beeping or if the audio sounds choppy, there's actually been a car alarm going off for the last 2 hours.
The entire time.
Yeah, so we're kind of doing our best to work around it. So if it does sound weird, that's probably why.
It's literally like every 2 minutes we have to stop for 2 minutes and just stare at the computer because it's so loud. It's making me very irrationally angry right now. This person's clearly not home and their car battery's just going to die.
Oh, well.
But until then, we're being tortured.
Yeah. We do have a few more questions though. So coming from Reddit. This first one I think is pretty easy. So they're asking if they're having like trouble killing Vorkath during DS2, which is funny because that's a weakened version of Vorkath. So
rude.
No, just like I think taking some like strategy from regular Vorkath will really help you out. So this person has like 83 range, which is more than enough, and they're using.
Well, did you read what their problem is?
Yeah, the problem is just they keep dying to it.
Well, they're not.
It's not that he kills them. It's that he gets outlasted by Vorkath.
Yeah, so they're not getting killed for lack of skill. It's just that they're running out of food.
Well, it's lack of skill, right? Because if that was the case, then no one would be able to kill Vorkath.
Well, I guess technically, but it's not like normal lack of skill where you're like, oh, I can't handle his attacks.
Yeah, so assuming you're not getting hit by their one-shot ability or anything like that, essentially, they're saying they're bringing brews. Don't bring brews. Just bring regular sharks or combo food if you really need to.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that one.
Yeah, and also I wouldn't recommend a blowpipe. You could just do it with honestly any crossbow. As long as you can use, ideally, a dragon crossbow, so you can use dragon bolts, and just use ruby bolts until the enemy's at like 30% health, which is, I don't know, roughly around 200 or 250, and then switch to diamond bolts, and that
the enchanted ones too.
Yeah, enchanted, of course, and that should be it. Like, it's not a very difficult fight, but
it does look like they're trying to do it in melee too.
Yeah, they tried it in melee, they said, as well as they tried using the blowpipe. I would honestly drop the blowpipe. I don't know how reliable it is. I have Vorkath. I know it can get kills. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying I don't know
Might not be the fastest
reliable it is. I think it would be a lot easier for a first timer to get down using a dragon crossbow, which is not very expensive.
Yeah, I definitely agreed. And I think that the brews are making a big difference because they could potentially even be forgetting the super restores and then just getting all their stats knocked down.
And also one big advantage of having a crossbow, of course, is you can wield a shield.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Not having to eat as much.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to eat as much probably. You can start praying ranged if you'd like. I like to pray ranged. I know it's a difference of opinions.
Range or magic works.
Yeah, usually with a blowpipe you have to pray magic, but in this case you get options. So maybe try praying ranged and maybe that'll help you out.
Yeah.
Pretty easy there. So the next one is Ornate Rejuvenation Pool. So I thought this one is pretty cool for you because you don't have one yet. So
yeah, I'm not even going to be able to answer.
Oh, well, I mean, you have used it in the past though. So, and like what you're looking forward to
other
using
houses.
it at. So this person's asking that now that they finished maxing their house, what's some effective uses for the pool? Which bosses can they kill more efficiently now that they have a pool?
Ooh, I am looking forward to doing Zulrah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just being able to teleport home, go back. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Work out. Okay, every boss. Can
Yeah.
I just say every boss?
Yeah, almost every boss.
Every single
Yeah.
boss.
I think like by far the one that I found the best is Vorkath, with the second best being Barrows, because you can
Ooh,
teleport
yes.
directly to Barrows from your house.
That's a big one too.
Yeah, so that's the one that I like the most. Let us know what you use ornate rejuvenation pools for.
I know. I really wonder how much Karambwans I've wasted eating because I
lot.
have not done this. But
Yeah,
I
absolutely a
have
lot.
millions of gold worth of Karambwans whenever I got my cooking up.
Yeah.
I just kept them.
So this next question I think is pretty cool, and everyone can let us
Ooh.
know what they did down in the comments below as well. Of course, if you're on YouTube. But this one is actually a poll, and it's where do you train most of your mining? So what do you think yours was?
So most was probably power mining iron. I did do motherlode mining, but that was just to get the outfit, and then I pieced out because that was a death trap.
Yeah.
And then now I've been liking the shooting stars. It's not fast, but I think it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I
What about
think
you?
I'm with the majority of people as well. If anyone wants to know, about 600 people voted on this poll, and the vast majority, being around 450, voted for motherlode,
Which is
with
crazy.
the second highest being 65 at iron.
Yeah.
So by far and away, motherlode, and I would have to also vote motherlode. I practically exclusively was there from like 60 to like, I think almost 80 now. So that's way more than the majority
I
of
hate it
my
so
time.
much. To be fair, though, they did leave out some of the faster ones. Like, they didn't include blast mining or, like, the two-ticking granite on this.
But they do have
poll.
other, so
Oh, yeah, they do have other, true.
yeah. But either way, yeah, most people, of course, I just don't think have access to amethyst, so, or they would put that, because I think a lot of people AFK amethyst.
Yeah, amethyst was third place.
Yeah. So this next one I thought was pretty funny. I think it was probably a troll, but I guess this is a good like PSA for anyone that is thinking this. But this person said that they grinded out making 10,000 bronze bars on Tutorial Island, and they're wondering if it goes and transfers over to the main game, and no, it doesn't.
Ooh.
I do think this was a troll, so I mean,
I didn't even know that,
it's
though.
pretty funny either way. But yeah, none of your stuff transfers over. Obviously, everyone gets the same exact loot from Tutorial Island. So
I genuinely didn't know that, but it does make sense.
yeah. This next one is how much GP per hour you're getting at Temporos.
You actually made a video on this.
Yeah, I did make a video on this. You are not making that much money. But one really good tip that I also saw in the comments here is your money does go up significantly based on your actual fishing level. So once you unlock
fish.
once you unlock fish, or once you unlock sharks and turtles rather, then that'll be a huge increase in money. And also, of course, if you get the rares, that's where most of your money's going to come from, probably.
If you get the pay, it'll just look pretty.
Yeah. So honestly, it's not, if you're planning on doing this for money, I wouldn't. But as far as fishing goes, this is,
and just for fun, it is fun.
a decent way. If you're going to try and fish for money, I would recommend anglers, but that's just my personal preference because it's right next to a bank. But that was a pretty easy one. This next one is going to be a noob question. So it's a set of noob questions that I thought were pretty good.
Okay.
And it's nice because you can answer a few of these as well.
What's up?
So this one is saying that they want to preface that they did play this game for a bit. They spent their time just grinding and getting better gear and flipping on the GE, but they also have a few questions. And the number one being, what is there to do? I think we've answered this
so much,
quite a few times. If you don't know what to do, find something that you enjoy to do, such as going for diaries, going for quests, killing bosses.
And then along the way, you'll discover more stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So if you like mini quests, like just find something you like to do, and then, but there's a ton of stuff to do. So.
I think the quest, like starting the quest cape and the achievement diary grind is a good start because it takes you places you would normally not go.
Yeah. And the second one is pretty funny. They say, what the F is with the wilderness? I heard there's a ton of PKers there, so they never went there because they never wanted to lose their stuff.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. A lot of these aren't very well made questions, but I just thought they were funny.
That is hilarious.
Because they're kind of realistic.
Yeah, if you go into the wilderness, you can get killed by other people. So only take 3 items and only take stuff you are willing to lose.
Yeah, only things you're willing to lose ever. It's like gambling. Pretty much once you go into the wilderness, expect all that gear to not be there unless you're an experienced PKer. Even then, you could get into
Even
multi.
Then they lose some stuff.
Yeah, you could go into multi and get like stacked out pretty easy. So pretty much only ever go there if you have a very specific reason to be there, or you're
Yeah,
doing
I only go there
like
for clue scrolls
Yeah.
and the achievement diaries.
Yeah, if you're bossing there, then obviously you know what to expect, but usually you can get by 99% of the game without going there.
Yeah.
And we can just move on to the very last question
Sure.
that I thought was a pretty good one and obviously relates to me because I've been doing a lot of AFK stuff.
This is definitely for you.
Yeah, but they say they're wondering low intensity moneymakers. They've been looking for different ways to make money because they're studying like crazy for exams. Hence, the low intensity methods that they're looking for. Any recommendations? Like I said at the very beginning, I would highly recommend
Firewatch
Sentinels. You make 300K an hour minimum, and up to I don't know how much I'm making currently, but it's way more than that. And yeah, I think it's $1 mil an hour actually, because I think I've done this for 7 days. It's more than $1 mil an hour, but it's at least $1 mil an hour.
But that's
for me.
only if you get the blood shards.
Yeah, that's of course only if you get the blood shards.
Yeah, I also liked one of the people that answered said that use and magic trees are incredibly low intensity.
Yeah,
I'm actually doing use right now as we record because I don't really have to pay attention.
yeah, exactly.
If you have access to the woodcutting guild too, there's a bank right here, so you don't have to leave.
Yeah, and it's really nice for if you're an Iron Man or something, you can use those logs later.
Yeah, and somebody else suggested skeletal wyverns, which is crazy to me.
That's not AFK.
No,
at
that's
all.
not AFK.
That's as AFK as Rune Dragons, and I'd just rather do Rune Dragons.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm like, and you have to go get the drops every time and probably get attacked by other ones while you're getting the drops. That's just a no, man.
Yeah. I know that same person that Michelle's talking about also said Infernal Eels. I've seen that suggested tons of times on AFK.
I haven't done those before.
Stuff like things to do that also kind of make you money. So yeah, maybe that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a ton of really AFK things to do.
Totally.
But as far as it's how AFK you want it to be or how low intensity you want it to be, because I mean, bloods will make you a lot of money. And also it's what you have access to. So
Yes.
if you want super mega AFK, maybe try Vires or making cannonballs or something like that.
Woodcutting.
Or woodcutting.
Nightmare Zone too. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not money making, duh.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want like a little more intensity but still low intensity, then maybe try something like Rune Dragons.
Rune Dragons is not low intensity to me.
It's fairly low intensity.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
For me, it's high intensity.
Okay, but either way, so I think that's gonna be about it for this week.
Yeah, what are you gonna be working on?
I'm gonna be working on, hopefully by the next time we speak, I will actually have a fully functioning Firewatch alt.
Woo!
And then I'm gonna be kind of just hanging out, maybe doing some bossing until Group Iron comes out in just a couple weeks.
Yay, so exciting.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm going to be working on getting my Slayer and woodcutting up.
Nice.
Try to get some diary stuff done. And yeah, that's really it. Because they make it sound easy, but this is going to take me like 40 hours.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be coming out with more videos regularly. Actually, this time, not a troll. And Michelle is.
Hopefully.
We are both streaming regularly over on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Bunebape. You can find our Discord and everything else over there, as well as in the description down below.
Yeah, you could also follow us on Twitter. It is Bunebapeosrs, and our Instagram is just Bunebape. We post a lot of memes on those.
Yeah.
So feel free to check them out. Feel free to ask us any questions if you want us to shout you out in the podcast at all.
Yeah, you can send it to us via Twitch or
literally
Twitter,
anything that we just said.
any Instagram DMs. We get them from anywhere. Or if you just...
Or YouTube.
Yeah, or YouTube. Anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want just our opinion, you can go ask it on Reddit and I might scoop it up.
Literally.
But hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. Thanks again for all your support. We really appreciate it. Our last few episodes have been killing it. So you all are killing it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks again for the support. And we hope you all have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next time.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.